The home of Dr. Babikr ABDELHAMID in Khartoum has seen a constant stream of mourners since he was shot dead during an anti-government protest on Thursday. His house has also become a meeting place for supporters and sympathizers.
Of my 5 children, he's my only son. He never had a problem with anyone, but he was always wanting to help those in need.
3 of ABDELHAMID's sisters are also doctors. They say he was shot by members of the security forces at a makeshift clinic that he set up in the capital. The family showed us a photo of a man in civilian clothes pointing a gun towards the house where their brother was treating the wounded. There's also a video of a shooting nearby around the same time. At least 2 protesters were wounded. A colleague tried to rescue the doctor who was shot.
The message to all the world, the message to all the world that the people were killed in Sudan, they were not killed because they did anything wrong. There was not a single car broken. There was not a single house broken. The people were going out peacefully to say no to this cruel system.
A forensic expert says the doctor was shot from behind.
We found round pieces of metal in the wound in the lower part of his lung. They'll be studied to determine the caliber and the type of weapon used.
Sudan's security forces and police deny any role in the killing of protesters.
Police never used any live fire at any protest site or on any other occasion. We never use live bullets in any situation.
The same denials have been reiterated by the head of intelligence and the target of the protesters' anger, President Omar al-Bashir.
We now have arrested people who belong to the ABDELHAMID militia, and they acknowledge they were given orders to mix with protesters and to kill them in order to stoke conflict and destroy the country. The government security does not kill people.
By God, I say it's the regime that killed my son. I will never doubt my certainty about it.
I'm sure they purposefully decided to kill doctors. When my sister was arrested with the others, their detainers told them that they were specifically looking for doctors who help protesters.
The type of force being used by the government to quell the protests is adding to the controversy and confusion about the killings. The government has employed militia to help the army combat armed groups in Sudan for decades. What's attracting attention now is militiamen are masking their faces while attacking unarmed civilians in the streets of Khartoum and other major cities.
There is a very dangerous and unprecedented situation now, when men in civilian clothes can carry guns and batons and mask their faces to confront protesters. This proves the existence of a shadow army, which a senior ruling party leader talked about.
As protesters chant peaceful, peaceful, they are drowned out by gunfire and tear gas. Scenes of collective punishment like this are, say the government's opponents, a daily occurrence. So is the breaking into homes as security forces severely beat anyone suspected of hiding protesters. The government says 26 people have been killed so far in a month of protests to demand a better life. Rights groups say the total is at least double that. The government's announced the setting up of an official commission of inquiry. But protests that broke out over the rising of the cost of living last month continue to intensify and spread across the country. And with every new protester killed, hundreds more turn out, demanding an end to the 30-year rule of President Bashir. Mohamed Vall, Al Jazeera, Khartoum.